Right now, this is Breakfast Central on News Central. If you're yet to download the News Central mobile app on Play Store and iOS, what are you waiting for? Hurry up, do that right away so you can stay in touch with the latest news, politics, sports, and more on the go.
Well, let's talk about some business this time. Now, since the early 2000s, the 15-member Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has been pursuing a common currency agenda centered on what's been called the ECO, now with the intention of reducing barriers to doing business across the region and increasing trade overall.
Now, while the implementation of the new currency has been postponed due to hurdles in macroeconomic convergence and the disruptions caused by COVID-19 pandemic, many policymakers remain keen to forge ahead with implementation now tentatively set for 2027. Now, the 15 heads of state and government concerned have set a new date for the transition in the year 2027. But really, how feasible is this date? New Business Desk Editor Nasiru Agbalaya joins us now to discuss this. Good morning, Nas. Now, this single currency discussion has been ongoing since the early 2000s. Will this new date of the year 2027 work this time around?
Well, sincerely, it's a possibility. Now, everybody needs it. But first, this discussion started in the 80s, not the 2000s. In the 80s, went on to the 90s, and the initial date of 2020 was said, come and gone. Now, the new dates, we all know why that was pushed there, because of COVID and, of course, other macroeconomic problems that brought. But that is not just the only reason. Now, in West Africa, we all know that Nigeria, Ghana are the largest economies. These are Anglophone countries. And rightly so, all Anglophone countries somehow are in sync. They are moving forward with this in every respect. But the Francophone neighbors in West Africa are not entirely going with the program. That as it may, because part of their central bank is not in Africa at all, it's in France. So with that, they don't have full control over their economy. You know, they have a unified currency that they use, that CFA Franc. And they are trying to move away from that. And that itself has caused another issue, which now the whole sub-region is trying to resolve. Because sometime last year, they adopted the same name which everyone has agreed to use, the ECO. Now, that has caused a lot of diplomatic issues, but we really believe that come 2027, this time around, we'll get it right.
Well, Naz, the 8 member states of the West African Economic and Monetary Union have been quite slow to ratify the abandonment of the CFA franc. What do you think is responsible for this delay?
Now, the disparity in their GDP is one of the major reasons. Not just that, of course, the economies are not equal. Just like what we had in the European Union when they were starting off. Some countries are stronger than others. Also, the level of export in certain nations are more than others. So all this disparity, it's what is delaying it. But I would really believe that with this new plan in place to have the actual central bank for West Africa starting 2025, this time around we'll get it right.
All right. Now, Nas, if eventually this happens, will the ECO rate be fixed or will it be flexible? And how independent will its central bank be?
Now, that is the main big question, because one of the fundamental decisions has not been made. First, how many people, how many nations will be majority shareholders? Now, that has not been determined. Not just that, where will this central bank be located? That also is still in the air. Now, all these indecisions or indecisiveness of the finance ministers of West African state and their principals are probably the major problems which has been pulling this, stalling having a unified currency. Now, there's a new timeline. Now, 2025 is when the new central bank should start operation. So between now and then, all these issues need to be sorted out. I believe by next year, by and large, considering the fact that, yes, more commerce is happening now around the world, this decision will be done easily.
Well, thank you so much, our Business Desk Editor Nasiru Agbalaya, for the latest in terms of this 2027 vision of the West African Vision 2027. I'll leave it like that. Thank you so much, Nas.